Good day, students. Today we're going to look at an example using order of operations, evaluating different expressions. We picked O and P exercises from your practice on page 48 of chapter 2 of your Math 1025 booklet. So let's get right to the first one. Now, you know, order of operations is very specific, and calculators, of course, are programmed with the proper order of operations. Okay, and there is a rule to follow. And we know what that rule is called. Most of you already know, I'm sure. It's bed mass. And bed mass, B-E-D-M-A-S. And I like to put arrows over these two right here. Okay? Now I'll explain that. So the first, of course, the first B stands for brackets. So we do anything in brackets first. Okay? Next is exponents. The E stands for exponents is next. Notice I have an arrow over DM, so it's division or multiplication from left to right. So going left to right this way. Okay, that's how we judge which one we do first in case there's two of them. And addition or subtraction is last, right? Remember, addition and subtraction are last. And again, we go from left to right. Do the which one occurs first, going from left to right. So there's the bed mass. So let's have a look how we do it. Alright, now we look inside. I see two sets of brackets. I see square brackets and I also see parentheses inside. So you always work with the inside brackets first. So just leave that first square bracket alone. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. We know that negative 2 squared, right, is negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4. So when the negative is inside the bracket to an even exponent, you will always get a positive answer, right? So that's 4. Plus negative 2 cubed is negative 8. And again, if you're not sure, go to the side of your page and do it, or a piece of scrap paper, but you're carrying a negative each time. So negative times negative is positive, times negative, of course, leaves us with negative. And 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Okay, so negative 2 in brackets cubed is negative 8. And then, of course, it's plus 4. Close that square bracket, minus. Now this one we could do right away. 16 subtract or divided by 2, which of course is 8. Now simplify inside this bracket first before I drop them. 4 plus 4, I'll do the two positives, plus negative 8, subtract 8. Okay, and that's 0, isn't it? Subtract 8. Now we can drop those square brackets, and 0 subtract 8 is negative 8. Key is don't rush it. Do 1 or 2 steps at a time. Don't try to do too much in one step. Now, again, if you type it just like you see it on the calculator, okay, you will verify your answers. But of course, in part 2, you got to show your work, and this is a show your work question. But we can verify our steps, verify that on the calculator. So I'm going to start with a bracket and then a second bracket. I'll use both parentheses type. Negative 2, close your bracket and square it. The square button is right there. Okay, plus, open another bracket, negative 2, close bracket. Now this is cubed, so you can use your exponent button, which is your arrow there, hat, or, oops, I forgot to press that first. And 3, and then plus 4, and close the bracket. Okay, and you now notice the brackets changed on the calculator because it's to larger brackets. They did that automatically. Now subtract, open bracket, 16 divided by 2, close bracket, and then enter. There's your answer, negative 8. So you can verify these on the calculator. Alright, so the second one, let's follow that one through. So again, square bracket I'll leave alone. Negative 4 subtract 2. Inside the bracket got to be done first. Now negative 4 subtract 2 is negative 6, and then you're going to cube that. Plus 4, close bracket, divided by negative 6 plus 4, which is negative 2. Okay, now negative 6 cubed, if you can't do that in your head, we'll jump over to the calculator. Open bracket, negative 6 to the power of 3. So you can do each step individually on the calculator if you're still not sure of the numbers. That's negative 216 plus 4. Okay, and then divided by, and this stays as negative 2. Negative 216 plus 4, of course, is going to be negative 212. And then you're dividing negative 212 by negative 2. Negative divided by negative is positive. And 212 divided by 2. Oh, I should try 212. I'm trouble with the 1. 1's not coming up. There we go. 2 divided by 2, and that'll give us 106. So it looks like the answer is positive 106. Now let's see if we can verify that. Let's type it in just like we saw it in the beginning. Open bracket, another open bracket, negative 4, subtract 2, close bracket, raised to the power of 3. Now don't stay up in the exponent. Use your right arrow button to get out of the exponent position. Plus 4, close bracket. Notice the brackets have changed to larger brackets on the outside. Divided by, open bracket, negative 6 plus 4, close bracket, and enter. And the answer is 106. Okay? So there's just a couple of examples of simplifying expression using order of operation bedmass rules.